What is good, guys, man? Thank you for tuning back into the channel, man. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that sub button down below to be notified for every single video that I do drop. As you can see, I'm outside. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoying nature. Y'all might hear a lot in the background, but this is part 3 of this woman's 12-hour hell testimony, man. Listen, man, if y'all are new to the channel, man, y'all need to hit that bell, you know what I'm saying, so y'all can be subscribed for every video that I do drop. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into her last testimony of, you know what I'm saying? If you have not watched part 1 and part 2, go ahead and do that. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it, man. Let's see. Y'all comment down below what y'all think.
At the time, you guys, I was not a believer. I was living in sin. I was doing all the things the world calls fun. And I was seeing a very real realm that exists. The fact that I didn't even scratch the surface of what hell will be like, but I got to experience a little bit of that mentally, like emotionally, and all these things, and seeing and being confused. Guys, the confusion was the worst part. I thought that cars were gonna run me over, and I would feel the fear that comes before that, like bracing myself and then actually seeing it coming to me, then opening my eyes and it's gone. Like actual demonic torment that I was going through this whole entire time is not, it's not fun. And I thank God for saving me. I thank God for being my living water, for revealing these things to me. And it took me a long time to understand this trip. I know it sounds short, but there's no words I can put that will help you understand what I saw and what I felt that day. And then for almost 2 years after that, you guys, I suffered with extreme PTSD, horrific panic attacks, severe panic attacks. The only way that I can explain these panic attacks was death. Anytime that my boyfriend would ask me what it feels like, the only thing I could say was, I'm dying. I literally feel like I'm dying. Every single time I have this panic attack, I'm going to die. It feels like death. And I just feel for anyone that goes through that, and that you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's such a scary feeling. And this is demonic torment, you know? And
Look, man, everybody that's out there watching this video, man, say no to drugs, bro. You know what I'm saying? They would really put you in another dimension. I heard when you do drugs, man, it just take you into it's opening up another spirit realm or something like that, man. If y'all don't believe in spiritual stuff, man, like, I mean, when you start taking those, it's gonna be a whole different topic, man. But y'all heard what she's saying, man. So, you know, make sure you just stay away from that, bro. You know?
so I was ignorant of that. I didn't understand. I opened doors into my life through this drug. And in the middle of the night for years, I would wake up, I would lay there and I would just pop up and start having a full-on panic attack. I was extremely scared of death. I didn't understand death. I had a fear of death. The craziest part about this too is that after I got saved, I didn't know that that was scripture. Somewhere in the Bible, I'm going to find it for you guys, it talks about how the Lord will eradicate the fear of death from your life. I didn't know that, but I experienced that after I got to know who he was and after he encountered.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm definitely, you know, scared of death, man. Like, I don't know, man. You just not gonna feel nothing after the fact. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how that is. We don't know how that feel, man. But that's something, you know, that I don't want to deal with personally. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, let's get back into it.
And so that's the part that I want to get to as well. I was extremely depressed. I feel like that word is so weak as to what people actually feel when they're depressed, but extremely depressed. Nothing made me happy anymore. I felt purposeless. I was confused. I was lost. I lacked peace. I was struggling every single day. I thought I was on drugs every single day. I would actually have these same experiences sober. So those of you that want to say I was just hallucinating, please explain to me why I would have these same exact experiences sober. Okay? They would continue happening to me over and over again, seeing the same things, hearing the same things, all that stuff. I understand why it is. I'm just getting you to think a little bit. So one day I got in the shower and I was trying to look for peace I wanted peace so bad. I couldn't imagine living another day in fear, feeling like death surrounded me and was after me all the time. And so one day I got in the shower, and it was just my way to try to escape. You know, I'm like, I'm gonna go get in the shower, I'm just gonna go play some soft music really quick. And so that's exactly what I did. I put the music on extremely high, and I just put it on the counter. I got in the shower, I closed my eyes, put my head back, and I was just standing there. And I started to put my head back even more, and I was trying to focus on my breathing, kind of what people would call today meditation. I wasn't trying to meditate, I was just trying to catch my breath, like to just be in peace. So I was kind of forcing it in a way. And as I was doing that, I actually started to feel a lot of peace, and it was so weird because I couldn't handle it at a certain point. I started to notice that I was going somewhere else spiritually. I was having another supernatural encounter because Jesus Christ actually encountered me supernaturally in that moment. And I didn't see his face, it was not possible, but basically what it looked like when my experience was I felt my breathing being extremely heavy, like in and out, in and out. And you know, I could feel my stomach and my ribs, like I could feel everything just being extremely exemplified. But my eyes were closed this whole time, and I started to see this super bright light from really far. Like imagine if I put a flashlight over here, and then I started to slowly bring it to your face to where you're just completely, all you can see is light. Well, that's what happened to me, but it was the Lord himself. And it was just glorious light that is inexplainable in earthly words. It's not possible. And this light was coming towards me, and my breathing was getting heavier and heavier. I started to come out of my body. I started to see maybe my spiritual man come out of my body, and I was spinning and spinning and spinning into the light that I was seeing. And the minute I got to the very peak of where I was in this supernatural encounter, I saw these huge wings come out of my body. And I was so surrendered to this, you guys. The closer that the Lord got to me, the closer that his glory got to me, the more surrendered I became. My neck was like all the way back like this, okay? Like my neck, when I came out of the actual encounter, hurt so bad, but I did not care. I did not care. I did not want to come back to this earth, okay? That experience changed my entire life, the entire trajectory of my life. And as the supernatural encounter was ending, I heard God call me out by my name. And his voice is very deep. It's not scary. I will never understand how a deep voice is not necessarily scary when it's God, but that is what it is. And so he called me out by my name. It was very slow. It was just the most precious thing that I will always have, and that I hope everyone can experience someday. I don't know. I know everyone's experience won't be the same, but when I came out of that encounter, I felt absolutely crazy, okay? Because I had already had another supernatural experience on drugs, but now here I am having another supernatural experience where fear was non-existent. I felt extremely loved. I felt like God was doing a deep healing work inside of me when he was encountering me, just seeing all the pain and the suffering that I was going through. He left the 99 to come find me. And that's what I mean by I wasn't looking for God, but I was seeking peace. And the word says that he is the Prince of Peace, you guys. I was seeking peace. God knew that he was and is peace. And he was like, she needs me. She needs me, and I'm going to go find her, and I'm going to go save her. And that's exactly what he did. And I think that's so beautiful to think about. I'm like, this man really came to me because I needed him. He knew I needed him. I was seeking peace, but he was peace, and he knew that, and I didn't. But he met me where I was at, you guys. And my life didn't change right away, but what did change was when I came out of that encounter, I had no PTSD, I had no anxiety, I had no fear of death. It was gone in a millisecond, okay? The minute that I saw him, it was gone. Jesus Christ defeated death, on the cross when he died. This is why the devil doesn't like him. This is why the enemy hates him. This is why the enemy tries to keep people in bondage with the ignorance of believing that Jesus Christ is not God, but Jesus Christ is God. He's the only one that broke the curse of death and sin over our life when he died and gave himself as a living sacrifice on our behalf. Do you understand? And so I thank God every day for the shedding of his blood, for his sacrifice because of my sins. I don't think I would be here today, honestly. I don't know how much longer I could have continued in that type of lifestyle. So eventually, when I come out of the encounter, I'm like searching my body, you guys. I'm like, where is my anxiety? Where is my PTSD? I just knew in my spirit that it was gone forever. And I was smiling and I was like, no freaking way. Like, I was so happy, you guys. And then I come out and I'm texting my grandma, the only person that ever told me about Jesus. I'm like, I met Jesus. And, you know, she's just like, hallelujah, thank God, and all this stuff. And then I started to tell other people, and then I started to realize, oh crap, like not everyone knows God. Like, I'm gonna sound like a weirdo. Let me slow down. And then I go back into living my everyday sinful life. You know, I was living with a guy outside of marriage. I was having sex outside of marriage every single night with this person. But, you know, eventually, you know, God had grace with me. I ended up leaving this individual, going back to my dad's house. Then I got deceived into the new age.
Man, don't tell me that's a part 4, man. But as y'all can see, man, this is part 3 of her 12-hour story, hell testimony, man. Look, man, don't take drugs, bro. You see what it done to her, man. And it was a lot of things she's dealing with, as far as anxiety, you know, being scared of death and all type of stuff like that. And you know, sometimes God will take you, you know, will allow you to take yourself through stuff. He did give us the free will to do whatever we want to do, but you know, he would definitely teach you a lesson and then make you part of his testimony. You know what I'm saying? To be able to tell people about him. You know, that's how good he is. And then everything that she was dealing with at the time, then she got healed of that all. You know what I'm saying? And you just gotta trust in him. You just gotta believe in him. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. You know what I'm saying? But y'all comment down below exactly what y'all think about this situation, man. But in my videos, I'll say stay inspired, stay motivated, stay grounded. Until next video, I'm out here. Peace.